All right, welcome back to Everyday Iowa. Yes, it is now time for Everyday Iowa Reads and our book besties. Bart and Frank stayed with us. We didn't scare them away.
Well, you might have
Nope.
heard Frank in the opening.
Yeah.
He's such a cutie. I love him so much. I don't
I
think
know.
he loves me back, but that makes me love him even
In his
more.
own
I
way.
know.
Yeah.
He does love you in his own way. Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about the book Like Mother, which I think Catherine and I agree.
I loved.
Love this book.
I loved this book.
Yes. So overall impression of it.
Did you?
You know, I was surprised. I didn't think I was going to like the book, but I ended up really enjoying the story.
Me too.
It was much more engaging than I thought. And we're not going to talk about the ending.
No.
No.
But the ending made a lot of sense to me.
No.
Yes. I told you I wanted a family saga, kind of a messy family saga, and we got that.
You got it.
I did.
Yes.
Yes. And I loved this look inside their lives. We were talking a little bit. We meet at the store and talk about the book more in depth, but just having a little peek into a life, I love that. It's not dramatic or like suspenseful or thrilling, but it just is such a great story.
It's an absolutely great
Yeah,
story.
and she's a good writer. I
Yeah.
really did like. And the cover is beautiful.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yes.
No, one of the things, all three of the main characters feel like abandoned by a parent. How do you think that affected their lives and their relationships?
I think it had a serious impact, certainly on Lila, who was one of the three main characters. I think she really retreated as a result of being abused by her father
Yep.
for so many years.
Yeah.
And I don't know that she truly knew how to love other people or be close to other people, maybe is more fair.
Yeah.
Yes, I think she loved people, but she didn't know how to show that, or at least she showed it in her own way. And I really liked the character Lila. She's very flawed. None of them are really perfect, except
Yeah.
for her husband Joe
Yeah.
is a
Right.
pretty good guy.
Yes, it is.
Who ended up basically raising their children.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wanted to make the comment that it was interesting that had those roles been reversed, if he had been the breadwinner or the editor of a newspaper and gone all the time, and she stayed at home,
People would have.
people wouldn't
Yeah.
have questioned it.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that, just the whole kind of gender role, like Lila was.
away working all the
Yeah.
time, just married to her work, but she was very upfront about it. That was
She
another
was. She
great
was
thing
honest about
about
her flaws.
Lila.
Yeah.
Is she was very honest about her flaws and said, "Don't expect anything else from me." And her daughter, unfortunately, did, which is a huge part of this book. She wanted a lot more from her mother, but yeah.
But turned out to be a lot like her mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now the other thing is the whole genealogy. That's a big part of it as well.
Sending your DNA
Yeah, I know.
into
How does everyone?
a genealogy site.
Yes.
Well-
Which I've done. I know mine, but I don't have any drama. Sorry.
We should probably mention that Lila's mother was institutionalized
Yeah. Oh,
supposedly
yes.
when Lila was 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
old, and then just disappeared.
That died.
Lila grew up thinking that she had abandoned them.
Right.
So Lila's daughter, Grace, did the genealogy to see if she could track down any living relatives
Yep.
or her, the grandmother. And so that made total sense to me that,
Yeah.
that she would want to do that. Lila's sister, the only remaining sibling, was reluctant to do it,
Yeah.
but ultimately decided to do it. And I think that would be a very difficult choice for people to make.
I thought
I
the
agree, yeah.
conflict around genealogy was interesting because I've always been on, oh, well, you'll find your history
Yeah, I
or
know, that's-
relatives but of course there are times you find people you didn't know you were related to,
Yeah.
and it causes a lot of family disarray, a
Yes.
lot of confusion, and yeah.
Well, and in one regard, it did with Ruth,
Oh, yeah.
Grace's friend. She did it, and I don't know that she was
Very
happy,
happy.
Yeah.
with what she discovered. And in that regard, I think she probably would have been better off having
Right.
not done that.
Right.
But you don't know until
Yeah, you don't
do.
know until
Yeah.
you test.
So,
So,
But
I
I would
said this-
recommend this book.
I do. A
Go
plus
get
in this book. Love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am going to give this to me mom.
Yes, mine too. I'm gonna give it to my.
nice.
Yeah.
Like
With the
mother-
caveat,
Yeah.
with the
This is-
caveat that this is not a reflection
This
of
is not
our
a
family.
reflection of our relationship. Did not feel abandoned by my mother. So, all right,
All
what
right.
are we reading next?
Yeah, what's next?
Life Impossible
Okay.
by Matt Haig.
Mm-hmm.
It came out earlier this year, but it's been a bestseller. A lot of people may have already read this book.
Okay.
But I think it's worth reading. He's the author of Midnight Library, and I think
Mm-hmm.
most people on the planet
Yes.
have read that
or
by
know
now,
it. I haven't.
or are aware of it.
Yeah.
So this should be a good read for December.
Okay.
I'm
yes.
hoping.
Okay.
And you tucked something else in
Yeah,
here.
I know,
That
I
is
see
that.
so
I brought
cute.
I brought you a little gift because I think this marks
Aw.
the 12th month, I think, that I've
Yeah.
been coming on.
Yes.
And we've been doing the book segment.
And look, it's Frank. Look, it's
And-
you.
So I just wanted to give you a little something,
Thank you.
to say thank you for
you.
having me on every month.
Oh my goodness.
And Frank.
And
Yes.
Frank, we love both of you.
We
And
do.
If those are the wrong sizes, let me know.
And you can go get these in different colors at your shop too.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
very cute.
They are very cute.
So go visit Bart and Frank at Next Page Books in Newbo.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Ho 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 in
Ho, ho,
Newbo.
ho.
You can go
On
see them.
December 12th. And
Thank
then
you.
get your December book.
Yeah.